Black Panther. Black Panther, or Chadwick Boseman, the American actor best known for portraying T'Challa in Marvel's Black Panther, became the face of one of the most successful superhero franchises in cinematic history. In 2016, while his career was reaching new heights following Captain America, Civil War, Boseman was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. He chose to keep the diagnosis private, determined not to let the disease interrupt his work. From 2017 to 2019, he underwent multiple surgeries and rounds of chemotherapy, often arranging treatments around filming schedules. Despite the physical toll, he delivered some of his most iconic performances during this period, including roles in Black Panther, Marshall, Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. By 2020, the cancer had advanced to stage 4 and his health was rapidly deteriorating. Even so, Boseman completed his final performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. On August 28, 2020, he passed away at his home in Los Angeles, surrounded by his wife and family. He was 43 years old. Following his death, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom earned him a posthumous Academy Award nomination. Eddie Kaspbrak. James Ransone, an American actor, is best known for portraying Eddie Kaspbrak in the horror hit It Chapter 2. Throughout his career, he earned praise for bringing both emotional depth and raw intensity to memorable characters such as Max in The Black Phone and Ziggy Sobotka in The Wire. On December 19, 2025, officers from the Los Angeles Police Department responded to a welfare check request at Ransone's residence. After entering the property, they reportedly discovered the 46-year-old actor deceased from an apparent hanging. Emergency personnel arrived shortly afterward, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities stated that the circumstances surrounding the tragedy remained under investigation, and no official motive had been established. News of his unexpected death stunned fans and fellow actors around the world, especially as he had recently finished work on several highly anticipated projects. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, an Australian actor, is best known for his portrayal of the Joker in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. At the time, he was regarded as one of the most gifted and promising actors in Hollywood. On January 22, 2008, at approximately 12:30 p.m., Ledger's housekeeper entered a bathroom adjacent to his bedroom to replace a light bulb. She noticed him sleeping, heard him snoring, and saw no signs of anything unusual. Around 3 p.m., a massage therapist arrived for a scheduled appointment and entered his bedroom. She discovered Ledger lying face down on the bed, naked and unresponsive. After realizing he was cold to the touch, she used his phone to call 911. Following instructions from the dispatcher, she attempted CPR, but there was nothing that could be done. Paramedics reached the apartment at 3:33 p.m. and after brief efforts to revive him, pronounced Heath Ledger dead. Investigators later determined that his death was accidental, caused by the combined effects of 6 prescription medications, including painkillers, anti-anxiety drugs, and sleeping aids. News of his sudden death shocked the entertainment world, especially since The Dark Knight had not yet premiered. The film was released later that year and earned Ledger a posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Eric Draven. Brandon Lee was a Hollywood actor and the son of martial arts icon Bruce Lee. He had established himself as a rising star, best known for portraying Eric Draven in the film The Crow. On March 31, 1993, filming for The Crow was underway at EUE Screen Gems Studios in Wilmington, North Carolina. During a crucial scene, Lee's character was supposed to be shot by a villain portrayed by actor Michael Massey. Earlier in production, the crew had used dummy rounds, cartridges with no gunpowder but containing live primers. In one instance, a primer discharged and generated enough force to lodge a bullet inside the gun barrel. The obstruction went unnoticed because the firearm was not properly inspected afterward. Later, the weapon was loaded with blank cartridges, which contained gunpowder but no bullet. When cameras began rolling, Lee entered the room and Massey fired the gun as scripted. The explosive force from the blank cartridge acted like a real propellant, driving the lodged bullet out of the barrel and into Lee at close range. He immediately collapsed. At first, some crew members believed he was continuing the scene, but it quickly became clear that he had been seriously injured and was losing blood. Lee was rushed to New Hanover Regional Medical Center, where doctors worked for more than 6 hours to save his life. However, the damage to his internal organs and the massive blood loss proved fatal. Brandon Lee was pronounced dead later that day, March 31, 1993, at just 28 years old. His death, only 8 days before filming was set to conclude, prompted major changes to firearm safety procedures throughout the film industry. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was the most famous sex symbol in the world, and one of the highest-grossing movie stars of the 1950s. Behind the glamour, she battled severe anxiety, depression, and an increasing dependence on prescription drugs, struggles that intensified after a series of failed marriages. On August 4, 1962, Marilyn spent much of the day speaking with friends and her psychiatrist by phone. At around 8 p.m., she withdrew to her bedroom for the evening. Several hours later, close to midnight, housekeeper Eunice Murray noticed that the light beneath Marilyn's bedroom door was still on. She knocked repeatedly but received no response. With the door locked from the inside, she contacted Dr. Greenson, who quickly arrived and broke a window to gain entry. Inside, Marilyn was found lying face down on her bed, her arms resting at her sides, with a telephone receiver still clutched in one hand. Nearby were roughly a dozen prescription bottles, including significant quantities of Nembutal and chloral hydrate. However, investigators noted several unusual details. An overdose of that magnitude would often produce vomiting or visible physical distress, yet the room appeared remarkably tidy. No drinking glass or water source was found near the bed. Questions grew when Murray later gave conflicting accounts about the timeline of events. Some believed the scene may have been altered before authorities arrived. Despite lingering suspicions, the official autopsy ruled Marilyn's death a result of acute barbiturate poisoning.